Three news stories for you. Firstly, with Ethiopian PM Abiy today visited another drought-hit region. Last week he was in Somali region. Today he visited Borena in Oromia. Secondly, was Ethiopian Orthodox Church has announced a protest. The next Saturday, a mass demonstration is going to be held. Ethiopian Orthodox Church is protesting against the government. Why is the church protesting against the government? And thirdly, anger is rising in Afar region against federal government and regional government. We have talked to some people on the ground. Tensions are rising. Fighting is far from over. Instead, it has intensified on some fronts. We have some updates for you. What could happen? We'll have a look at that too because of this rising anger. Firstly, viewers, PM Abiy today visited another drought-hit region. Last week, he visited Somali region where he met with Mustafa Umar, Somali president. He met with some drought affectees as well, though he delivered a speech in Amharic there. So he was criticized as well because people did not understand what he was saying. Today, he visited Borena in Oromia. Oromia is also hit, viewers, by this severe drought. Southern and eastern parts of Oromia have been hit by this drought. PM Abiy visited Borena today. Shimalis Abdisa, Oromia president, was also with him. 2 days ago, we saw Yilkal Kefale, Amhara region president. He also met with Shimalis Abdisa, Oromia region president. Viewers, this drought crisis is now a major crisis in Ethiopia. It should be covered by news outlets as well. When UNICEF is saying that 6.8 million people could be in need of aid due to this drought by the end of mid-March, it means situation could be catastrophic in coming days. Ethiopian media, public, private, they must cover this drought. They must put pressure upon Ethiopian government, upon regional government, upon federal government that they should focus on this issue. Otherwise, it could lead to severe catastrophic crisis for the people in Somali region and parts of Oromia region too. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian Orthodox Church has announced a protest. On Saturday, a mass demonstration is going to be held in Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. Today is the 3rd of February, and on the 5th of February is Saturday. So is this protest on this Saturday or the next Saturday? Because on this Saturday we know that there is going to be African Union summit in Addis Ababa. So several heads of state are expected in Addis Ababa on Saturday and on Sunday. The church is not happy with the government, viewers. Why? Two main reasons. Firstly, I covered what happened during Epiphany celebrations. Religious procession of Ethiopian Orthodox Church members came under attack on Addis Ababa, Oromia border last month. Some participants died as a result of firing reportedly by Oromia security forces. And since then, Ethiopian Orthodox Church has been calling for justice. It has been calling for the arrest of those responsible for the killing of the participant in the procession. Secondly, we are seeing tensions between Ethiopian Orthodox Church and Addis Ababa government Orthodox Church wants Addis Ababa mayor to come to church office for talks about mescal scare. Mescal scare of Addis Ababa is the source of conflict between the church and Addis Ababa government. But we have seen that Addis Ababa has not visited church elders at church office so far. So tensions are there between church elders and Addis Ababa government too. We could see a protest on the next Saturday by Ethiopian Orthodox Church members. It could be a huge protest, viewers, because Orthodox Church definitely has huge following, and we could see mass demonstration. Now, lastly, viewers, anger is rising in Afar region against Ethiopian federal government and Afar regional government. People are questioning the real intentions of Ethiopian federal government and Afar regional government. Why? Because so far there is no deployment of Ethiopian National Defense Force on Afar front. Yesterday, Lagasse Tolu, Ethiopian Communication Minister, talked about Afar. And he said there was no war in Afar region. That is why people are protesting. People say, why is that? Communication Minister is denying what's happening there. There is fighting, and more than 200,000 have been displaced. So while tens of thousands have been displaced in Afar, Communication Minister says there is no war in Afar. That is why people are angry. They want answers to their questions. Why is that Ethiopian federal government, Afar government are neglecting the people of Afar? Secondly, we are hearing rumors that people could block Ethiopia-Djibouti road as a sign of protest. Afars could block this road to protest, to send a message to Ethiopian federal government, to Afar regional government, that they should stand behind the people of Afar, that Ethiopian National Defense Force be deployed on Afar front. Though we are seeing the use of Ethiopian Air Force planes and drones, air strikes, drone strikes are being reported on Afar front. So ENDF is part of the operation against TDF. Technically, we cannot say that ENDF is not on this front. Air Force is carrying out air strikes and drone strikes. But so far, ENDF's ground troops have not been deployed on this front. Could there be blockage of the road? Could the road be cut off by Afar protesters? That remains to be seen. Thirdly, viewers, once again, after a brief lull of 48 hours, fighting has intensified between Tigray and Afar forces. And places the same, Magale, Arabati, Berhale, Kunaba. These are main waredas where fighting is being reported. Tigray Defense Force has not made any considerable territorial gains in Afar. TDF has not managed to get close to Eritrea border or close to Ethiopia-Djibouti road. It's still in border areas. It is faced with resistance. It is trying to hit Afar forces by artillery strikes. So the situation is far from being calm. TDF has not made any gains. Afar forces are resisting and displacements are underway. Now Afar people are questioning the intention of Ethiopian federal government. What does it want? Does it want just Afar and Tigray to keep on fighting without any support from the federal government? Let's see, we could see result of this anger, because people talk to me unofficially as well. Some people from Afar talk to me unofficially. They want to be anonymous, and they say that people are not happy in Afar, but they're not in a position to express their anger. But if this war goes on, we could see people expressing their anger against Ethiopian federal government, Afar regional government in Afar region of Ethiopia. Thanks for watching.